Here is your baby development guide for week 28, brought to you by Birth Announcements for Baby. Physical development. At this point, many of your friends and family may be asking, is she crawling yet? Interested individuals tend to ask this question anxiously, as though failure to crawl is a sign of developmental delay. Actually, crawling is so very unpredictable that most child development books don't even consider it a milestone. According to developmental psychologist Dr. Myrtle McGraw, nowhere is the struggle between higher and lower brain centers for more control of behavior more clear than in the development of crawling. The higher brain, the cortex, takes authority and control over the motion of particular muscle groups starting with the shoulders and arms, eventually working its way down to the legs. What this means is that babies will pull up with their arms in an attempt to move forward, and their legs will hang behind them like dead weight. By the time a baby gains power of his lower body, he may have become so skillful at rolling or creeping that he doesn't feel the need to crawl. Or he may crawl for a few days and then surprise everyone by standing up with decent stability and cruising the furniture. Of course, many babies do crawl, even with surprisingly great speed, starting at about 7 to 10 months of age. Crawling requires a complex give-and-take motion that provides great practice for walking. Encourage him with applause and great accolades if he does. But as long as he's active and is using each arm and leg equally, don't worry if he doesn't. Social development. No matter how your baby is getting around, whether he's creeping, crawling, scooting on his bottom, or scuttling sideways like a crab, one thing is for certain: he has turned into a little explorer. However, along with his new freedom, new fears surface as well. He's discovering that there's something unexpected around every corner, and he's not yet adept at adjusting to new stimuli. He's also realized that just as he can move away from you, you can distance yourself from him. That brings along the new fear that you might leave him. The result of this is a temporary dependence that makes him more fearful of separation from you. As long as you're in sight, he will happily work on developing his independence. But when you leave the room, he'll cry and try to follow. You need to reassure him before you leave, even for a few moments, that you'll be back soon. Then call out to him periodically from a distance and respond as quickly as possible when he grows distressed. This will help to minimize the fear of separation. Intellectual development. At this point, your baby is making all kinds of discoveries, and not all of them are scary ones. Starting at around 7 months, his sense of humor will develop to the point where many of the things you do will strike him as being quite funny. If you sing, he'll giggle and try to bounce in time. You can drop something, he'll roar with laughter, if the noise doesn't startle him. He'll smile with appreciation when you mock his babbles or squeals. Interestingly, no matter how funny you are, he'll still find his siblings even funnier. When an older child tells a joke and then chuckles, when he laughs, the sound of his laughter will make the baby laugh too. Mealtimes can become hysterical at this time, with each family member trying to outclown the other and baby squeals adding into the general hilarity.